Welcome back to the Thata. So far, we have talked about what happens in your head. Today, we are talking about what happens in your body, the chest pressure, the breathlessness, the gut symptoms anxiety produces. That feels like something is dangerously wrong when something very different is actually going on. The body does not lie, it only speaks a language built for an older danger. Let's learn to translate it. One quick necessary note before we go further: nothing here replaces an actual doctor. Chest pain, breathing changes, and gut symptoms deserves a real medical check, at least once, so you actually know instead of wondering. What follows is what's very often happening underneath once the dangerous possibilities have already been ruled out. Before we go any further, let's get one clear idea because everything else today builds on it. Your brain has a built in alarm switch. When it senses danger, it flips that switch on. Your heart races, your muscle tenses, your breathing changes, all to get your body ready to fight or run. Doctor call this the sympathetic nervous system. We'll just call it your alarm system or panic switch, anything you want. In chronic anxiety, this switch gets stuck on even when there is no real danger in front of you. Every single symptoms we talk about today come from that one stuck switch. The weight in the chest is probably the single most common physical complaint in chronic anxiety and the most frightening because it sits exactly where we associate the heart. Your alarm system tenses the muscle around your ribs and chest and shifts your breathing into short, high breaths. Together, that creates real pressure that can feel uncannily like a heart problem. That's exactly why so many anxious people end up in an emergency room only to be told their heart is fine. True, but it doesn't explain the actual feeling. This does. Air hunger is the feeling that you can't get a full breath. No matter how deep you inhale, even though if your oxygen were measured right then, it would almost certainly be completely normal. Here's the counterintuitive part: it's usually caused by too little carbon dioxide, the gas you breathe out, not too little oxygen, the gas you breathe in. Gasping for more air lowers carbon dioxide even further, which makes the feeling worse. The actual fix runs the opposite direction: slower, longer exhales, which let carbon dioxide return to normal and the feeling actually resolve. Here's a piece of anatomy most people never learn. Your gut has its own nervous system with more nerve cells in it than your entire spinal cord. It's connected to your brain by a long nerve that works like a telephone line running between the two, carrying messages constantly in both directions. That's not a poetic metaphor about gut feelings, it's a real physical wire, and it's a meaningful part of why anxiety and IBS are so often linked. If you have ever been told your symptoms are probably just stress in a way that felt dismissive, I want to reframe that sentence. Stress doesn't mean it's not real. It means your gut, wired straight to your alarm system, is reflecting your body state back at you. Cramps and unpredictability that every bit are physically real as a broken bone. Step back, and here's what all three of these have in common. None of them are evidence your body is failing you. They are evidence that your alarm system has been switched on for far longer than it was ever designed to run continuously. Nothing about this is mysterious once it's named, and very little of it is permanent. So here's something to actually try. The next time one of these sensations show up, the chest weight, the ear hunger, the gut cramping, name it out loud if you can. This is my alarm system. It is uncomfortable and it is not dangerous. You are not trying to make it vanish instantly. You are meeting it with accurate information instead of escalating panic. And that over time changes how intensely and how long these episodes actually run. Your body isn't malfunctioning, it's running an old program for a danger that isn't there. Subscribe to the Tata, and I'll see you in the next episode where we go back to the beginning what anxiety actually is.